My name is Diana Sanchez. I'm one of the programmers here at TIFF, and I'm so happy to be here for tonight's screening of MUSEO. It's a wonderful film, and to begin, I'd like to acknowledge that today's event is taking place on the treaty territory of the Mississaugas of New Credit and the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and the Huron-Wendat. We are grateful to have the opportunity to work in the community. As well, reminder that the film is eligible for the Gross People's Choice Award. Vote for your favorite films at tiff.net/vote. And we would like to thank Serendipity Point Films, Vitagraph Films, Luxbox, and Distant Horizon for providing us with tonight's film. And a big thank you to the Mexican Film Institute for their generous support. It's a big year for Mexican cinema, as I'm sure you've noticed. And I'm especially excited about tonight's film. I saw it in Berlin, and it's so fresh, and and it's such a fresh vision. The director is so talented, and he's got a wonderful cast. We have like a bunch of cast and crew here with us today. And to begin, I'd like to invite the producer, Gerardo Gatica, to bring on the rest of the team. Thank you, Gerardo.
Thank you, Diana. Thank you very much all for being here at the North American premiere of MUSEO. We're very excited to see this outcome, and I'd like to introduce the people who made this film, the producers as well, Alberto Muffelman, Ramiro Ruiz, and also screenwriter Manuel Alcalá. So, executive producers, Don Robert Plantos, Anand Singh and Brian Cox from Distant Horizon. Our talented music composer, Tomás Barreiro, is also with us. And the man of the hour, which happens to be his 40th birthday today, so what better way to celebrate it than here, the director of the film, Alonso Ruizpalacios.
Thank you for being here tonight. This is the North American premiere of MUSEO, so we're really happy to be here. So I'll try not to spoil it and say much. Just that this is a coming-of-age film about a country that's constantly coming of age. And I'm coming of age, or should be coming of age. But I want to introduce the actors, who are Gael, García. Political Mexican handshake, a little bit. Ilse Salas. The wonderful Leonardo Ortizgris, the best kept secret in Mexico. And I'm really happy that we made this happen. The great Chilean actor Alfredo Castro, we managed to get him here. Okay, so we're gonna be around for the Q&A after if you wanna talk to us or sing Happy Birthday or whatever. That would be nice. Gracias. So let's just play the damn thing. Thank you very much.
I wanted to give a big thank you to the Mexican consulate for your support of the films here at TIFF. Thank you so much. And I'd like to invite our guests out. Who's coming? Alonso, where are you? Alonso, there he is. Okay. ¿Quieres llamar a tu... I mean, toma esta.
Okay. So, please come on stage, Gael, Leo, Ilse and Alfredo, Gerardo and Muf, and Ramiro, Manuel, Tomás. ¿Quién falta?
Congratulations. Okay. Yeah, my mic does not work. Bueno. We're gonna have to share a bit here. So I see you brought some artifacts with you.
Yes.
These are
the replicas, by the way, just to be clear, because they had some doubts at the airport what we were bringing, so.
We have some time to take some questions from the audience for all of you. I see a ton already. Yes, go ahead there at the front.
And it isn't strictly about this movie. I'd like to find out how you as an actor are able to roll back your age.
Right, so how do you maintain that youthfulness in your films, Gael? That youthful vibe?
Well, yes. I mean, the trick is not to show any white hair, and also to have some dietary restrictions, and I guess to really trust who's behind the camera, you know, because that's what ultimately, you know, ends up showing. And I don't know, I think we've been doing kind of group therapy, Alonso and I, for this past 2 days, you know, in interviews, and we've always talked about the, you know, the thing that maybe we're still coming of age, like he said at the beginning, you know, we're still always like turning into adulthood. We just got surprised that all of a sudden we were adults recently, and we're just really sublimating everything here on the screen, and you are our therapy. So no, I guess I don't know. I feel young still. Like, yeah, I guess maybe I'm not. I don't know.
No, you do.
Thank you, but thank you very much.
No, it's because you guys all really do a wonderful job. Amazing, all of you. You really do. So I do want to, you know, bring up the artifacts because I think it's interesting if you could talk a little bit about the inspiration for the film.
Well, Manuel, ¿dónde está? Well, I mean, it's the film is based on a real story that oh, there you are. That's a co-screenwriter, and Manuel is the one who started researching this story. He's the son of a reporter, so he has that investigative vein in him, and he started researching this like 10 years ago, and he showed it to me after he saw Güeros, and I couldn't pass on this film, you know. So yeah, the process of writing it was getting rid of the facts. The first drafts were more, I guess, true to the real facts, but they kind of became like a straitjacket, you know. They wouldn't let the film work as a film. And we started getting rid of one character, and we saw that nothing bad happened. So then we started killing character obsessively, like, you know, just going like tack tack tack, no. And then we realized that was a subject in the film itself, the relationship between history and fiction, and how history is told by somebody with a particular point of view, and there's no such thing as objective history. So we kind of embraced that in the making of the film.
Thank you. Questions from the audience? Yeah, here at the front, go ahead. Oh yeah, happy birthday, that's right. Happy birthday. Right, sorry, so you wanted to know, okay, so the relationship between the best friends is like just wonderfully, yeah, portrayed. And the question is about the ending of the film, and if that was always your intention. Was the film always like that?
No, that's I think one of the things that changed the most in the writing stage. The ending, it used to be truer to the actual facts, which is the real story. This is not how it ended at all. They were caught nearly 4 years later after the robbery, and one of them went to prison, and the other one never got caught. So we had that ending originally, and then we went back, and it changed a lot. But once we found that they had to go back to the museum, and Juan's character make a sacrifice for Wilson, like take the blame, then we decided that was the way to go, and yeah, then once we found it, then it didn't change anymore.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, go ahead over there.
I wanted to ask you about some of the visuals when the characters were stealing the art. You had them frozen, holding the art, not moving.
Yeah.
And then the fight scene. I've never seen a fight scene quite like that.
You have to see more B movies then.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about the visuals when they're stealing the art and those frozen images that you have?
Yeah, I guess it was a way to, like, we knew that we designed the theft very carefully. I don't do storyboards, but this is the one scene that I storyboarded from beginning to end perfectly, and then now that I look at it, it's exactly like my storyboards. That was because we were going to have very little time in the museum, and everything had to be perfect. But then, so I wanted to tell the stealing of the first piece in a lot of detail. But then after they stole 150 pieces, so we're like, okay, we can't do 150 of those in real time. So we knew we needed some kind of ellipsis, and then this idea just came to us. Me and Damian, my DP, we work a lot in the ideas stage, and we just thought it was an interesting. We thought, what if we presented like the forensics of it, like how, as if there was a cameraman taking pictures of how the theft was done, and then just let that be really elliptical. So that's where that came from. And the fight, it was just a lot of fun to like. I wanted the film to like kind of crash, and the film kind of goes off because the story went like that, and me and Manuel went through that writing. We got to this point, we don't know how to finish this. Well, let's just have a fight. You know, you always need a fight to keep things spicy.
Thank you. We have a question up there in the balcony. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you could comment on the score. I found the musical score extremely interesting.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's quite actually the ideas Alonso had in his ear all the way around. I mean, he was working, of course, with Silvestre Revueltas and La Noche de los Mayas. At the same time, he wanted these very childish-like sounds in the beginning. So he pretty much had down to every detail what he needed to hear. So it was fantastic for me to interwove some of my music with fantastic Silvestre Revueltas, which is, of course, a milestone in Mexican culture, and happily, he did this brilliant score for La Noche de los Mayas, which is not a great movie. And this one is, so it's kind of redemption for Revueltas in a way, which I'm so proud and honored to be part of. So he had it quite clear from the beginning, and different point of view was that these guys, they would hear everything through the video game. So we wanted to do it like that, like a video game of this score, 50s score, but with a video game on top of it. Yeah.
We have time for one last question. And I had someone there. Go ahead. Yeah.
How do you go about asking a museum if you
Yeah.
That's for the producers.
This is for the producers. How did you get the museums to agree to this? Yeah.
Well, it was a hard job to us. We had like conversations with the museum, like 8 months or something like that. A year maybe.
4 years actually.
4 years actually, no. And we started conversations with them like 1 year before the movie, and they didn't want it, and they just said no way. So we started to dig deep inside, and then we convinced them, but they just allowed us to shoot in the outside of the museum. I mean the patio and the gardens around, not in the rooms. So Gerardo, Alberto, and I went out of that meeting and said, shit, what are we going to do now? I mean, they are going to steal the museum. Where? So we built it. So all the rooms are built, and all the exteriors of the museum is the real museum.
Congratulations. Well, congratulations. Thank you so much for sharing the North American premiere, your birthday with us, and thank you to all of you.